in action.
Thanks. Hello, welcome to OLOC, first round of the playoffs of season one.
I'm
Okay, we're just
I'm here
waiting on
as well.
Antimatter.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm NorCal here with Ike. Going to be your
Senior
scuff.
Nor.
We're going to be your scuff streamers for
Round
today's
two
round two.
of Scuff Streaming. Today we have Antimatter versus Violent Tendencies. The number 2 versus number 7 team, if I remember correctly. Antimatter being number 2, Violent Tendencies
Yep.
being number 7.
Yep. Also, too, right before this broadcast, I did some research. They played off before against each other. Was it their previous meeting? Antimatter beat Violent Tendencies 3-2. So it was a close match then. We've had some roster changes between now and then, so we'll see if these are brand new teams. If it's going to be a whole new different dynamic between these two.
Just waiting on finalization of the lineups, see if Bullet's gonna get swapped in for anybody.
Now, do I ping everyone that we're live? The me bot usually would do it.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
Scuffed as always, but what do you expect?
Well, I don't even have the role in in the Discord. I'm
It's
like a
all good.
volunteer. I'm like the
Captain
whatchamacallit.
Chat. Oh, Sister Squad game has been forfeited. Feels bad, man.
Womp womp. What, they couldn't use the free agents in their game like
Yeah,
they did
no.
with our scrim? Oh,
So, we're gonna be playing Zenith. Feels good, man.
all right. Easy
And
clap.
we have no game to watch to see what they run.
I'm liking Violent Tendencies rollout here, flexing with the gamer icons.
Morlux hits me with the big weight. We got a player coming. Okay. I'm just waiting on young Jaybird. We are 17 minutes late because, again, everything has to be scuffed.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna start it more logs, but okay.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna check the quality of the stream. I'm gonna mute myself.
They can't hear anything. Everybody's putting on Houston Outlaws player icons. I like it. I like it.
No, they can hear us.
I was just joking.
Oh,
But it seems your side is Violent Tendencies, my side is Antimatter.
all right. It's gonna be a great game. I'm excited.
Battle of Texas,
Part two.
part like 5.
Look, the first season of Overwatch League didn't happen. All right. That
Yes, it
was
did.
everything. Nothing existed before Goats. Everything before Goats was a mistake. All right.
It was a lie. We are still waiting on Jaybird. I need to put tap water over
Nice.
here on that.
Oh man, that is
No, I'm
a
gonna put you on spectate red only.
okay. All right, too easy. But that is a big game changer. Jaybird, he is. I don't know. Like his presence on the battlefield is insane. Uh,
Whips
he
out that Ana.
whips out the Ana, but he's been flexing on DPS recently. I was in a scrim with him last week, and his Ash game is insane. Like he kept one guy in spawn from our team and couldn't let him come join our defense. He's it's the skill, mechanical skill and that game sense. He's a
Big
deadly
brain
predator.
plays.
Yeah, big brain plays. Um,
Still waiting on Jaybird.
Who is Tapwater again? That's the Smurf for
That's the guy who got his main account banned for
yeah,
violent tendencies.
I forgot what his name was though, his original name.
I don't know.
I think he was a sniper. Like he was a widow
Probably.
main, and
So
he was
most Smurfs in this league are DPS players.
yeah. But I expect good things from him as well. Him to be a big threat.
If he gets put in.
Hmm. Let's see.
The lobby is bugged for him. Uh,
Jaybird.
yeah, apparently. I do not have him added. Let me add him. Just 1 second, folks. Uh, oh, so there is a dash.
Oh, between the J and the bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat that out there. I was trying to add him. Is this his name? Yeah, I forgot it's on friends only, so we don't have a bunch of randoms joining.
Okay.
Okay. Chubby, we're gonna move
Jaybird's here.
Chubby over to Specs. Match shot, okay. So, put MJ in. Put J in. And Chubby Cuban.
All right.
And then slider for spectate blue. Cuban for red. Bullet for blue. Okay, let's just get a...
Ready up.
I'm just gonna tag both of them so we can speed this
Hmm.
up. And I have tagged them and they're still not responding.
The traditional VOD review, team VOD review before the match.
Watching an entire VOD review. Okay, we
Hmm.
get another wait for more
Yeah.
lots.
You know, I'm just happy to say that I'm glad to be here. That the team showed up.
For once. Hopefully we can
go,
have a
gamers.
nice, clean game with no illegal lineups or anything like that.
Let's see. Morlock says, "Let's go, gamers."
Okay, I just need a ready for it from MJ.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Game 1 of round 1 of the playoffs has begun. Violent Tendencies is going to start off on attack, Antimatter on defense. See a lot of bunker on defense on this map. To spam that choke with maybe a Junkrat.
It's one of those maps. There's a lot of options. You can go goats. You can go multi DPS. You can go dive.
Go
Really
bunker.
Bunker for defense. Yep. See a lot of, how flexible these teams are.
See yeah, exactly. Bunker coming out on defense. Jaybird on the Ana, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, not Ana, Ash.
Ash. Yeah.
I'm boosted. I'm boosted. That's okay. And we're gonna see quad DPS coming out from Violent Tendencies on offense.
We'll see if they stick with that, or if that's just the warm up.
Little meme in the spawn.
The meme in the spawn, as is tradition.
Got the Genji McCree Junkrat Soldier.
Let's see. Where's
Very
Junkrat
interesting
placed his trap?
DPS. Normally you'd see a Pharah with the multi DPS comp, but
Got two.
each their own. Jaybird getting a dynamite off early. That game guy just jumps in and gets immediately melted because of the stuns coming onto him. They're not going to be able to res that, so they're just sitting there without their main tank for a minute in the choke.
It's definitely going to be a reset.
They may be thinking now, should we swap this up? Should we keep running this? Falcon gets extremely low because of Jaybird's Ash. And they swap over to the Zarya off of the ball, so now they swap over to Ryan Zarya, and they're still running that triple DPS. Already a minute into the round and not much has happened.
Ults
Finally
are pretty
starting to
neutral
push
for
up.
both sides. We have
Chubby gets extremely low before getting healed up. Morlock gets low as well. Able to get away, it seems. Chubby gets hooked by Lieutenant Oos Roadhog and goes down. He may be able to get res though, and the res does come off. Oof does mix a hook. A lot of abilities, a lot of cooldowns coming out. Bob comes out from Jaybird, trying to zone people off the point. Down goes Nexon to Poggy Woggy's Junkrat. And will the Tire get anything? Gets a double kill, and that's a cleanup. Only one person left for Violent Tendencies right now. And he gets cleaned up as well.
They used Rip Tire and Bob for that defense. They still have bongos coming up.
I believe they used Valk as well.
But the defenders will still have bongos and Roadhog Whole Hog to clean them up.
As well as the sound barrier coming out from the Lucio. Violent Tendencies has 3 ults of their own. They're going to be coming up on the Russell in just a second. Blade comes out already. He's trying to counter it. 2 go down, however, because of the damage from the rest of his team. Violent Tendencies finally setting up on the point. Holhog comes out, doesn't really get much, but able to push the Reinhardt back to avoid getting pinned. Morlock goes down to the trap, though. Hook comes in onto next, Sun doesn't get taken out. And Chubby gets a 2-man shatter to finally clean this point up. Jaybird just kind of spamming before getting taken out.
And that was a good cap. You know, the offense, they slow to start, but they were deliberate. Waited for Blade. Blade was huge, got 2.
The defense swaps over to Ryan Zarya, keeps the same comp other than that. And they will have, Violent Tendencies will have Grav coming into this fight. And I think the only thing that they will have to follow up on is just that Reinhardt swinging into it as well as the rest of the damage for their team. Sound barrier to initiate. Big sound barrier catches 3 in it. Both support, but they're not able to follow up on it. Tire gets 1 and Lieutenant Uke gets another. Poggy Woggy does go down, however, to Morlocks. And I think Antimatter will be able to take this point because of the defender's advantage.
That is a reset. Still on Genji, about 90%. Nice and played. Ooh, Falcon's
It's just that they seem to not focus enough on that Graviton Surge, which had both supports of Antimatter in it. Nexon goes down early. I think that's going to be another reset without their big healing there to keep the rest of the team up to the spam from the Junkrat.
You see that Junkrat on the left there? Oh, he looks like he's going back. It looked like he was hiding, waiting for them to push through and to attack them from behind. It's like pushing through caves again.
Shatter, Falcon, Blade coming in from Violent Tendencies, and Barrier, Bob, and Valk as well as Grab, Bob, and Beat come out from Antimatter. Oh. All of Violent Tendencies ults come out as well. MJ, the only one with an ult up right now, but Poggy Woggy will be getting his soon. Again, guy gets taken out as they're trying to retreat. Nexon goes down as well.
Yeah. Zarya died there, so she lost all that charge.
It seems that second point is becoming a repeat of first point, going very slow in the beginning for the attackers. No ultimates up right now for Violent Tendencies, but Killer Cam will be getting his tactical visor in just a moment. Tire comes out. Let's see if he can get a big two-man tire, and that is the fight already with no Mercy and no Soldier. I don't know how much Valentine's is going to be able to do. Chubby goes down. Both tanks and Morlocks go down, pushing them back to the spawn. And they cleared the fight with only one ultimate being used.
Check out MJ in the corner there. He's gonna wait for them. Sneaky shatter incoming.
Nexon swaps off the Mercy onto the Moira. Okay, let's see if he can get a big shatter without getting found out before and getting killed.
Oh, they don't see him.
He goes around. Big 5-man, 4-man.
Yeah.
The Moira is able to fade out of that one, but it doesn't matter again. Yeah. With only one ultimate, they're able to win an entire fight.
Gotta check your corners. Gotta check your corners.
I'm sure Violent Tendencies will be now. And because of the fact that these fights have gone pretty early, they haven't had much of a chance to build many ultimates because Warlock is only at 65 on a Blade. And Killer Cam goes down before the fight even begins. Grab comes out, catches 2. And again, they did use quite a few ultimates in that fight, though. Morlock's trying to see on the point. Will he be able to get a take? No, he gets away.
He gets away. He even caught me off guard, too. Didn't see him.
Poggy Woggy will be getting his ult in just a second. Let's see if he can turn the fight in their favor again with that Riptire. Dragon Blade and Graviton Surge will be coming up for Violent Tendencies here. Let's see if they can use that combo to win them the fight.
No Diva to eat it, so it's up to Yiggs to get her beat up before.
And MJ drops early. Huge 4-man tire though, and that stops Violent Tendencies in their tracks. They're gonna get sent back to the spawn room with only one fight left. That late stagger onto Chubby.
Huge tire. I don't know who's gonna get play of the game, the tire or the flank shatter. We shall see.
Nicholas would be proud. MJ again flanking around, but without shatter this time. Let's see what he's looking to do. Goes for the charge, catches Chubby off guard, and he goes down. Beat comes in a little too late to save him. Blade and Grav come out. Grav only catches 1, but they are able to take out Jaybird and MJ. Jaybird does get res. Out comes the Riptire, which gets destroyed. Killer King does go down to Poggy Woggy, his own Riptire coming out. Will it be able to get Morlocks? Yes, it will. And I think
that's
only
defender's
Lucio
advantage.
left and the ball coming back. As soon as this ball dies,
Zoning shatter.
gets thrown off the point, we'll be able to touch. No.
No.
Violent Tendencies not even able to get a tick on the second point of Temple of Anubis.
Initiating match.
Let's see what comp Violent Tendencies is going to run out with on the defense.
Ready for battle.
Alright. Orisa and Baptiste bunker with a D.Va off tank.
And the McCree for extra stuns without that Roadhog. I will be right back.
Alright. See if Violent Tendencies can put up a better defense. See, stacking out a spawn, it looks like we're having a triple DPS, Pharaoh, Widow, Genji, with Ball as the sole tank. Ninja tries to get a good swing, but doesn't get annihilated though. Oof, trying to get on the arches. Oh, got pulled out from the slam. Good pull. It's gonna be hard to try to catch the flankers. Alright, you got a big slam coming in. Ninja pops shield, tries to stay alive but can't stay alive. J-Bird on the flank gets a elimination. Fighting the Mercy. Immortality field's out, but it's burned. And it's starting to look like attacker's advantage. Just clean up from here. They push, they grab point, and game guy goes down. I don't think there's going to be enough time for them to get back from spawn, so it's attackers take point A, and Violent Tendencies.
That was quick.
Violent Tendencies. Well, that was so quick, in fact, that neither teams have ults either. So now we're gonna see if they're gonna keep multi DPS on attack on point B until they get ults.
The teams are equal on ults, even though Antimatter did win that fight.
Yeah.
Especially Morlocks coming up on that Riptire. He is really low right now. Let's see if they can get him healed up. The Baptiste does go down early. They are able to get the res off, but Nexon gets taken out immediately.
Lampus
goes down to Falcon. The J-Bird goes down as well. That's 2 down for Antimatter. The High Noon comes out, doesn't really get anything. Mines do come out from MJ. Let's see if they're able to turn it around. Yeeks goes down as well. The tire comes out from Morlocks.
Yeah, that's
takes
just
on
for
MJ
insurance, to make sure nothing else was coming to. But that's a hold. That's a good hold. But attackers, they're coming up on ults. We have Barrage online. We'll have Dragon Blade as well.
And Killer Cam goes down early once again. Will they be able to get the res off? Nexon gets a body shot. Gets taken down before the rest can get off. No healers up for Violent Tendencies right now. Chubby goes down. Blake comes out from J-Bird. Gets one. Gets another before getting stolen by Poggy. Barrage comes out, doesn't get anything. Kind of cleaning up. Nexon comes out, gets taken down immediately.
Chubby with the stalls.
Chubby the only one on point right now. Falcon coming back, gets that flashbang on the MJ, but not much help.
This is do or die. They have to only take one
has
tick.
to hold it right here, or map 1 will go to Antimatter.
Oh, big res on the point.
Res does get off. Killer Cam extremely low, gets taken on. The Lucio Falcon goes down right after he gets res. You're gonna have to focus their targets better. Take out that Mercy. The monkey does go down. Next one goes down as well. The ball gets back onto the point as well as the
Oh,
Genji.
we have
Mines
mines
come
in
out in the spawn.
spawn. Yeah. Let's see how well they clean up on point. Can he
And
get back on the point?
that will be
No.
map 1 to Antimatter. So basically Houston is better.
Play of the game.
Poggy Woggy probably that 4-man Riptire that
Yeah.
won them a fight. Our next map is going to be Hollywood. Just gonna check and see if either team has a sub.
Killer for Cuban.
See if we have anything else. Interesting, they're swapping out Jaybird. Boop. Bullet for Yigs. Okay. Oh shit. I meant Mew. Okay. So we'll put Yigs in for Mew.
From the camera's perspective, I think the biggest difference was with the multi DPS comps, Antimatter, like trying to film them, I had to go like really out of, really back because you have uh, Jaybird going on a wild flank. You have MJ, NA like swinging around, going to spawn, putting mines. It was just multiple threats from multiple angles, which Violent Tendency started out with on first point, but they just, because of that choke, they couldn't get that wide angle separation. Um, but Antimatter, they were able to get that advantage early, and it's like a anaconda. They just, tightened their grip until they won out the point.
See if Morlocks can make up his mind on who's swapping. Tap for Cuban since Cuban is AFK. Okay. Never mind. Okay.
Bruh moment. Bruh. Never mind. He just came back. Pepe hands. Okay. So Cuban's good to stay. Alright.
Okay, Morlocks. What should I make my player icon? Let's go with, I think I like this one.
that Lucio Ball?
No. 6v6 deathmatch.
Okay.
Or no, 6v7 elimination. Come on.
Nice. Nice.
No, it's regular comp.
Ooh. What is Papa, what, 46 and you're 47?
I'm 5,000. I don't know what you mean. This is my Smurf account. Okay, we got it ready from Antimatter. Can we get it ready from...
Get in team chat.
Yes, please do that in match chat. Hey Nor, I think this may be the reason they couldn't do a scrim with us today.
You think? I don't know. Slade said you can have multiple games on multiple days. Forehead.
Makes sense. Okay. And we're good to go.
We got this. Alright. Map 2, Hollywood. Let's see if that was just a warm-up map. Violent Tendencies can turn this around.
Dude, they were throwing, obviously. I wasn't trying, come on.
You know, it's like theater. They're building it up. They want that 3-2 victory.
They want the big climactic win at the end.
Yeah.
See, you always gotta lose at the start.
Lull them into a false sense of security. Catch them
You
off
gotta get
guard.
your ass whipped by the enemy and then come back.
Yeah.
Even stronger than before. Because Morlocks is gonna hard carry.
I believe.
If Poggy Woggy doesn't stay on the Torb, I'm leaving. Hey, we're gonna see Sombra goats coming out from Violent Tendencies.
Alright. We have Ryan Zarya, Torb Widow on defense. Wonder if Poggy Woggy's been following contenders. What's that team? Clockwork Vendetta has been climbing. Was it open contenders going into? Was it contenders? Open division into contenders. They've been one-tricking Orisa, Hog, Torb, May against Goats teams and crushing
And winning.
them. And winning.
That
Yeah.
game guy gets kicked off early by the Widowmaker.
Yeah.
Hey Nor, you know what Jane says about people that have colorblind settings that aren't colorblind, right?
What if I am?
Oof gets another pick.
Yeah, Oof gets a pick on the Sombra. That's big.
You know what he says, right?
They're automatically plat.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Oof is
Is it? Are you like high plat if you only have one of them set to colorblind?
Look, it helps, right? Like, especially on like Temple of Anubis, where the big charge.
Charge comes in onto Slider,
Slider's
gets
down.
taken out, but Cuban PP follows as well. I'm not gonna say that name anymore. Just
Cuban.
gonna call him Brig from now
Oh
on.
no, Morlocks is down, so
Morlock
we're
goes
out
down
of main
as well.
tanks.
Neither team has a main tank. Falcon gets really low. I'm gonna sound as like unenthusiastic as possible, okay?
Oof gets a pick on that game guy, and they had the
Sombra
advantage.
flanking around, maybe trying to deal with that Widowmaker who's been causing a lot of troubles for them, but gets taken out.
Oops.
Oof kind of holding down the fort here. Gotten about 4 picks now, I think.
Yeah.
They swap over off of the Zenyatta onto the Diva,
Where's that turret?
and they're running. Okay, they just made a lot of swaps. Okay, they're not running goats anymore. They're running Mercy, Hanzo. How many times is Falcon gonna swap? Mercy, Hanzo, Diva. They're running triple tank, 1 DPS.
It,
That DPS is a Hanzo.
MJ confidently forward, farming ult charge.
That's how you're supposed to play Zarya, right?
I think they call that ambitious.
I think they call that feeding.
That torp turret in the back, no one's contesting it. It's just peppering them.
See how well this, as I say that, their main tank already goes down. Morlox does have Shatter going in the next fight, however, Hanzo gets taken down as well. They might try and get the res off. A little too risky with that Widow controlling the sidelines.
Sights out again. There's no hiding. They know they're over there. Let's see
And
what this torp
he
does.
gets taken out right as he walks out of spawn.
I think the second time.
Almost gets the picks on the Mercy.
Let's see. Check out.
Oof, kind of controlling this game right now.
Yeah. It's a lot of danger
I'd
zone.
say
Yeah.
right now for me, the DPS of Antimatter have been showing a lot of great things this game so far. Hoggy Woggy kind of controlling Anubis and Oof controlling Hollywood, and a big grab from MJ gets a team wipe. They swap off of the Hanzo, they swap off the triple tank, swap the Diva over the Tracer, and the Hanzo over to the Reaper.
They had
will
Tracer
be coming back with
right before that one fight, but the grab kind of ended that push.
screwed that over.
Put a dent
They
in their
will
plans.
have both tank and both support ults up. Bullet going a little battle mercy with that Valve.
Oh,
Shatter
the
comes
huge
in
Shatter.
from behind. I didn't even see it.
I
was
see it
focusing on Bullet, and Morlox wastes his Shatter. Who
Cuban
finally
PP.
gets taken down by Cuban PP, and both DPS on point.
Oh wow.
Will they be able to do anything? Beat comes out from Yiggs.
Yeah. Prevent a snowball.
Swap over to the ball, who's waiting.
Yeah.
Doesn't get the charge onto him. The Reaper getting a lot of damage, and he gets taken out immediately after I say that.
Res on
He
point.
does get res, however. The ball kind of contesting, trying to swing around.
We have Widow in the corner here. It's just a shooting gallery. It's finally contested by Reaper. But taken down.
Gets taken down.
SMG style.
W's still on point, very low, gets taken out. Pulse Bomb comes out, doesn't get anything.
Zone
And that will be round number 1. No ticks, if I'm not mistaken, gained from Violent Tendencies. So again, all Antimatter has to do is cap the point. They cannot lose this round.
Initiating match.
Apparently, Hollywood and all of California have sunk into the ocean. Because it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Oof, out in the open, uncontested. Sniping guys as they're coming out of spawn. It's hard to attack 5v6 when you can't step out of spawn. We'll see. We'll see if Violent Tendencies can get a draw.
One thing that I saw from Violent Tendencies is they just look confused on what to run. The amount of swaps that they made that round. They went from goats to triple tank to 2-2-2
Yeah,
to at the
'cause
end I believe triple DPS.
it's the comp experience. It's like, man, that someone's got to do something about that Widow. Well,
Let's all do something about the Widow.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Winston Ball coming out on offense for Antimatter. Soldier Genji, Ryan Diva, Baptiste Mercy on
D.
defense.
Need a big hold, otherwise it's gonna be a long 3-2 if they want a 3-2.
Hit him with the reverse sweep, I believe.
Sorry, we're missing all the
MJ just
action.
dives in.
Back.
The lamp does come out. Slider does go down to the soldier. Nexon whips Hoggy Woggy in the face.
They're pushing the advantage. They know they're man up, so
MJ
they
dives
gotta
onto
take the
Chubby
fight.
Chubby. Caught out of position, gets taken down. With the res may be able to come on. MJ just barrels over Nexon as he attempts to res.
Big snipe by Oof.
And I think, unless Violent Tendencies can do something to turn this fight around, Lieutenant Oof, again, just taking out everybody on the point. It's 3 picks now, and that will be map number 2 to Antimatter. 2-0, and it hasn't been that close. The DPS from Antimatter shutting down Violent Tendencies.
At the end there, Violent Tendencies, they saw they had the advantage. They knew they were 2 up, so they pushed in, but they pushed in from different angles. So Ryan was actually by himself. He got focused down. It snowballed from there.
That was the biggest mistake that they made that fight. Was Chubby got caught off guard off on the side, and with no support there, he just got taken out.
Unfortunate.
And with no main tank, they couldn't really hide behind somebody and push in together, so they kind of got rolled over because of that Widow.
69% kill participation. That's... I bet he did that on purpose too. I bet there was one guy, he was like, I'm gonna let him slide. I need the 69%. I hate to do it to him. Alright, so we're
You hate to see it.
So
I would like to ask, if the Antimatter wins this map, is it over, since there's no reason to have map differential in playoffs?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna... tap in for Cuban. Weeb for Poggy. Wait, there we go. U for Bullet. A Weeb for Poggy.
If you're just joining us, Antimatter is up 2-0 against Violent Tendencies. Antimatter winning out on Anubis and full holding on Hollywood. Man, that match was so fast. It's very hard to see what exactly went wrong with Violent Tendencies. I think Goats was the answer against Widow. I think they had Somber Goats, but they had triple tank and 2 supports with the normal 3rd support, Brigitte, replaced with Sombra. I think that's where...
There were so many swaps that they made that I can't even remember most of the team comps that they ran. I believe at first they were running normal Somber Goats with the 3 supports, and then swapped off to the Diva from the Zenyatta.
And that's unfortunate too. You panic, you think, oh, we have to change something, but oftentimes it's, you just, some fights are won, some fights are lost, and the next win condition is, just keep building ultimates. Make them use their defensive ultimates, and then when you have the ult advantage, you just take the point. You wipe the point.
And it seems that Violent Tendencies' biggest problem that round overall was not sticking together and getting split up.
Yeah.
Especially on the defense, which cost them that point. Okay, round number 3. Possibly the last map of this set.
I still believe.
I believe in the reverse sweep.
Wait. So, no, that's you typing. Alright.
What's a good emote?
Good emote.
It's,
You mean
like I'm
Overwatch
gonna say
hero emote?
I believe in the reverse sweep.
You mean like XQC smile?
No, I mean like one that I could put. I'm putting I believe in the reverse sweep, and I'm trying to put like a good emote.
Hmm. I
Gonna
don't know.
see triple DPS coming out from Antimatter.
Violent Tendencies going dive, Genji, Widow.
I want a team to run old school dive.
Old school dive.
Like Winston, Diva, Tracer, Genjis, and Lucio.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I want London Spitfire dive.
One. Round one. Capture.
You remember the clip of Jane freaking out when Stylosa tried to review a London versus Dallas game?
Let's see. Antimatter's taking the advantage. They own the bridge.
MJ almost falls off the map. Yiggs gets a boost, but they're able to get back up because of their movement abilities. The lamp does come out already. Half
Two
almost
picks.
gets boost up the map, and 2 go down.
Yeah.
3. Both supports down for Antimatter, so they're resetting right now.
Alright.
We've kind of stalling the point. Will we be able to get away?
Violent Tendencies coming out with violent tendencies. That's the point. I tried. It was
It's
something was
okay.
there.
Lucian
MJ going in
got
for a
it
slam, aggroed the attention. Ooh, Doomfist coming in. I
Oh,
think
that
Tap
lamp
was yeah.
That lamp saves the Widowmaker. Falcon does go down, however, and the slam comes in. Lieutenant Oof gets a double kill onto both supports, and Weebu able to get res. MJ just spinning to win on the point right now. Slings the Diva back. D-Mech. Antimatter able to flip it. Only 36% gain for Violent Tendencies, and a lot of ults coming online for both teams.
A lot of ults, but the big thing is they lost the point without ults having to come out being used. So it's still even, but Violent Tendencies, they're in an uphill battle.
They swap off of the Widowmaker onto the Hanzo for the side of Violent Tendencies.
Yeah.
Chubby just kind of slams his head into the wall. Interesting bomb. And 2 go down already. Jaybird brings out that interesting primal coming out from Chubby as he had already lost the fight. Morlox does get res. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with only 3 people being over there.
Yeah.
MJ trying to 1v3 right now. Probably going to get staggered right here. Antimatter already at 50%. Will the rest of Valentines be able to get away, or will they get staggered?
Oh.
Antimatter kind of just leaving them there. Weebu jumps in, and down goes Nexon.
Yeah.
Tapwater follows, and will Morlocks be taken out? Chubby dies as well, and that's a big stagger.
Yeah.
And Antimatter will probably get up to 80% before Violent Tendencies can even get on the point. Maybe even longer than that. We're getting into one fight territory here.
Yeah.
As soon as it hits 85%.
I thought Tapwater was going for some like weird snipe around that wall.
If Antimatter wins this fight, I think they take the round.
Weeb misses the punch, gets
Does
taken
get
out.
taken down, however. Chubby going on to the point. Jaybird does get Morlocks. Lieutenant Oof does get Tapwater.
Jaybird happens.
Jaybird gets another. That's 3 down, and the rest comes in on a Yiggs.
MJ spinning to win
Antimatter,
it.
the DBS being able to turn it around. MJ does get taken down, but not before Nexon gets taken down as well. Beat does come in, try and keep them up. Chubby and that game guy go down. Morlock's on the point with the blade. Dies to the mines from MJ. Tapwater the only one on point, and Antimatter takes round number 1. This is it. Violent Tendencies has to win these next 2 rounds to keep their hopes of advancing in the winners bracket alive.
They came out strong on first attack, on first fight, but I think they were just too passive. I think they stood on the point instead of taking space. They're dive heroes, but they let Antimatter, get in position all around the point. came in from multiple angles, set up the big swings from MJ, the big pile drivers, and then just the big stalls too after that.
And I think, again, Violent Tendencies got split up, as you saw Jaybird and Lieutenant Oof able to pick off supports in the back line, who had been left after the rest of the team dived in.
It's like they're answering with May McCree and Brig.
A lot of stuns, a lot of CC effects.
But that doesn't matter to Jaybird. Jaybird takes out Nexon. They're going to point.
MJ just diving in no matter how many stuns get thrown at him.
Yeah.
Chubby left alone on point
anti.
before the rest of the team comes in. That gang guy gets taken out, Chubby follows. Falcon gets killed as well as Morlocks by Jaybird.
Up.
And they haven't kept the point yet.
Yeah, there you go. It's a couple of tick points. I don't think they're concerned though. Let's
About 2%, possibly.
Yeah.
Who
Jaybird,
knows?
90%.
It may have been. Morlock swaps over to the Genji. Tapwater swaps over to the Widow. Morlock swaps over to the Doomfist. Again, after Violent Tendencies loses a fight, they just seem to get confused and start making random swaps to try and counter it.
Oh, I think what's his name? Oof is spotted. He was hiding in the corner there. He grapples out, makes it out with his life. Gigs with the assist, helping him out. Ooh.
Weebu gets the kill on the Chubby. The blade comes out from Jaybird. Gets one, gets two, gets a third.
And the DMAC.
Did he deflect that? Because there's no way he got a kill onto the Ana unless he deflected it. Tapwater does get the kill on the Oof though, and I don't think there's any chance of a res.
Nope. Missed jump. And the mines.
Out from MJ. They get Chubby because of Yig's boop, but she trades her life for it. Morlox gets two, and Immune gets taken out right after that res comes in onto Yiggs. Oh my goodness, what a huge boop from MJ. And Antimatter is still somehow able to turn the fight around.
This is really desperate for Violent Tendencies. They're coming at 80%. This is essentially last fight territory. And they can't leave the spawn. Oh, that's a shame.
Chubby swaps over to the ball, Nexon swaps over to the Lucio. Violent Tendencies has to find something to turn this around, otherwise it's over. Get on point. Bomb comes out, Nano comes out as well. Tapwater gets taken out early though. Beat comes in from Yiggs to try and keep her team alive. Falcon drops as well, but Meteor Strike comes in from Morlocks but doesn't get anything just yet. Slam comes down, takes down Yiggs. Morlocks comes back on that Doomfist. Chubby dies to Weeaboo, however. Out comes the Meteor Strike. Blade comes up from Jaybird, helping to clean up along with those mines. Nexon, the only one on point right now. Able to keep stalling before getting punched in the face. Tapwater and Morlock's on point. Morlock gets two. And they're able to flip the point. But Morlock goes down because of Yiggs' boop.
Into the
and the rest comes in on MJ. MJ gets another boop. And just as it looked like Violent Tendencies was able to turn it around, Antimatter comes back in. Nexon, the only one on point right now, having to stall to try and keep their hopes alive. Morlock gets a punch onto Yiggs. Isn't enough to turn this fight around. Morlock's extremely low as well as Tapwater. Morlock goes down, the res comes in onto Yiggs. Pulse one comes out, gets Yiggs as soon as she's rezzed. This is a long fight. Chubby gets taken down, and that is it. 3-0 to Antimatter. They will be moving on. Violent Tendencies will have a chance to turn it around in the losers bracket. Play of the game goes to Jaybird, and I think choosing MVPs for this match is very difficult since most of their team did extremely well, but the DPS I think stood out the most.
Yeah.
Each member had a good game at each of these rounds. Hoggy Woggy controlling the first round on Temple of Anubis. Lieutenant Oof controlling the second round on Hollywood as that Widowmaker. And Jaybird dominated as Genji this round.
Yes, sir. Yes, sirree.
Who do you think it goes to, Mr. NorCal?
Looking at both teams, Lieutenant Oof really popped off on Hollywood. He controlled that whole corridor from the spawn to the point. But I gotta give it to Jaybird. Even on Temple of Anubis, I was trying to keep the field of view um, wide on Antimatter because Jaybird would go on these off angles. Like once the attackers pushed in, he wouldn't just stand at the choke, shoot at the Rhine shield. He would go off to the sides. I think Jaybird carried the way on Anubis
We do get MVPs for both teams, by the way.
Li Jiang. So for Antimatter, I'm saying Jaybird. For Violent Tendencies, I'm looking. Um,
Kind of a hard decision.
hard decision. I think I gotta give it to actual Falcon. Um, Trying to make the best in bad situation, people dying left and right. But I saw them flying around, going for big reses, trying to keep the offense moving. Even in tough times. I gotta give it to, I think the healers. Healers unite. Um,
There we go.
but good games all around. Good effort.
GG's to both teams.
Yep. Antimatter moves up in the playoffs where they'll face the winner between Castillo Calamity and Eclipse.
How coincidental. Both people that were MVP had a bird in their name.
I
Jaybird just said Bird Gang.
Bird Gang. I sense a trend. But
Yig said travel bomb on my Lucio because the second she got rest, she got pulse bomb.
oh, that's a shame. It stinks because once you get res, there's like a minute, not a minute, like a frame where you're like immobile. There's nothing you can do until that frame goes away, and that pulse bomb was just waiting there. Feels bad, but Yigs carry that fight though. It was a brawl that last
Those
fight.
boots.
Those boops, the beat, but GG's all around.